Welcome to the Global Peace Film Festival Lives Online Conversation Festival Edition for our 20th anniversary in 2022. Please join me, Kelly Devine, the Artistic Director, and Nina Strike, the Executive Director, as we welcome Rachel Myers with Born Kind, the Tiny Kindness Project. You can find the schedule for this film, which is playing with We Are All in This Together, by going to our website, peacefilmfest.org. Our in-person screenings begin September 19th and end September 25th. But then our virtual screenings pick up September 26th and end October the 2nd. Again, please go to peacefilmfest.org for all of the events of our 20th anniversary festival. And now let's welcome Rachel Myers. Thank you, Rachel.
Hi, great to be here. Great to be back.
Hi, Rachel. Yes, it's wonderful to have you back. We had your film, Wendy's Shabbat, in the 2018 Global Peace Film Festival. And now you're back with the Born Kind, the Tiny Kindness Project. So tell us about the film.
Well, the film is a hybrid. It's a verite narrative documentary, meaning we I collaborated with the artist Born Rich, who's a Black Jewish artist, to create what you see in the film, which is a project that is about how small acts of kindness in your community can become contagious in terms of how people see and connect with one another. So we did it as a project on the streets of LA, and then we had a mural that we made in Los Angeles, and then we just did it again in New York City. And it's a real pleasure to be able to put that out in the world. So thank you for screening it. And we really believe in it. So we're really excited about the message.
It is a really touching message. And can you explain a little bit about your particular approach, why you chose the verite over other ways to, because it really does, the approach that you use really does bring the experience alive.
Well, originally it was scripted as a narrative, and I was going to cast an actor. And when I met Rich through the Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance, and I saw that he was an artist and a Black Jewish artist who was making work in the world that reflected a lot of the themes that were in the script for the movie, I asked him, what we could do together, and it sort of grew from there. I think that documentary, I love documentary. My first film was a documentary because it's personal and it's real and it's present. And as a filmmaker, I tend to be really attracted to types of storytelling that feels the same immediacy and sort of an organic quality to how you see something unfold. So that was sort of how the hybrid came about, because just to feel poignant and timely and really personal and really intimate.
Well, and to translate that kind of intimacy so beautifully, you must have a way of developing a rapport with the person that you're filming to make them feel so open.
Yeah.
How do you establish that rapport?
I mean, I think, a set, the environment that you make on a set is like, I think of it as like you invite people to your home, you like feed them, you make them comfortable, you make them feel like they're part of the experience. And so that was really important to me, not just with Rich, but with the whole crew. And I have to say, there was something really special that happened with the crew when we were filming, where you kind of felt this like energy bubbling, and people on the street, we had invited actors to be part of it, and then we invited real people, and then as we were filming, real people came and asked to join the project, because you sort of felt the electricity. So something about how I direct, that I really believe that you set the tone for a space, and what you put out energetically returns to you. And I felt that really strongly in what we made here, and also getting to premiere the movie at Tribeca, and what's happened as we've come to other film festivals. And we're really, really excited to be with you guys here because of the message of your festival. And it's just what we wanted to say in the world. And I think especially now, the movie at its core is about kindness and about seeing one another and particularly what we've all been through in the last few years with the pandemic, Black Lives Matter, the polarization in America, in division that we see in a lot of places. You know, the message of this film is really about how do you, you see and acknowledge a stranger on the street, your neighbors, somebody in the grocery store, and the DMV. Like we are all the same, even though we have different beliefs and opinions. And I really believe, and I know that Rich believes this at our core, like, our humanity and our love and our kindness is what connects us. And that was really what we wanted to say. And I think we did. And I'm excited to see how the movie continues to spread that message in the world.
It is a beautifully kind film, and it's making me think, as you were saying that, we were so honored to be able to show Wendy Shabbat, and that's really about people building a community.
Yeah.
But they do have some built-in commonalities, and so what's so brave about watching Born is that he is working from that ultimate commonality that we all have, but there are so many roadblocks that we put in between ourselves to keep from forming community.
Yeah. And I felt it, I live in a pretty small town, and I felt, especially with masks on, you have masks, you have sunglasses, like, people, what does it mean for somebody to really see you? Because I felt like there was that moment where everybody was dodging each other and like to really connect with people despite whatever your outward appearance may be, of how you're perceived, to be accepted and treated with the same openness, regardless of where you come from.
It's a beautiful message, and it's an important message. Even now that we're not wearing masks, probably we should still wear them occasionally, but we're not wearing them. We're back out showing our faces, but there does seem to still be a reticence for people to connect.
100%.
And so I think this film will go a long way to helping people to realize they should make those connections. And speaking of those kinds of connections, what was so important about programming your film at our festival is that at the center of our mission is, we like to think of it as community and story in action. So we always think that when people come and see the films that we program, that obviously we know they're going to enjoy them because they are, captivating and compelling stories. But we really hope that the work starts when they leave the theater, when they've taken something away from the film back into their own lives or back into their communities. And if you could speak to, how you feel that resonates with your own mission.
Well, I mean, I think, this project was a labor of love. I had done a little drawing with the idea of messages on people's masks, because that's the thing. When you see the movie, it's, this artist sets up a table on the street and he makes little squares with different messages, like, I see you, I'm hurting, I'm sending love, like all the things people were feeling and couldn't say at that point in the pandemic. And I had done this little drawing and I had posted it on social media and had this sort of profound response from people I knew who said, oh, that's exactly how I feel in that moment and can't say it. And I think that for me, that comes from how I was raised. My mom is an elementary school teacher, retired and principal, and regardless of where you fall on the political landscape, I just remember there being a lot of tension after the election of our last president. And my mom, we were out in the store, and my mom, who's always just chatty with strangers, was profuse, like, oh, that's a lovely blouse. How's your day? It's lovely to see you. And I said, Mom, what's going on? And she said, I think we have to counter the darkness in the world with kindness and with light. And that is very much at the theme here, and also in how I hope the project continues to be perceived. It's really about, like, it is a tiny thing to do. I think when you go into your day in the world, you can either approach it, it's like the glass half empty, half full. And when you involve other people in that experience, when you interact with people, like, it's up to you to decide how you're going to change that interaction for good or bad. And I think it's really easy to do it kindly and with goodness. And I think those things energetically become contagious in our culture. And I hope that in the future, there's a lot more love and compassion, which sounds like a very simple message, but I think that it affects our leadership, our education, the way that we communicate, and the way that we have our culture. So yeah, that would be the goal.
That is so wonderful. And I want to hug your mom.
She's a pretty special lady.
She sounds like it. So just to wrap this up, tell us how we can support your work and what's coming next for you.
Thank you. I have several feature projects in different stages, and the plight of many filmmakers is resources. So if you are at all interested in what I'm doing or have done, like, please reach out through my website. I think that movies are made because they reflect people's values, and when people go to the cinema and see something that moves them and is compelling, it's because it's personal and part of their experience. And I think that as filmmakers, we are storytellers who are helping communicate those messages. And so I would say, for me or any other talented filmmakers who are at the festival, if something resonates with you, any little bit helps tremendously in supporting the creation of new work and supporting art and ideas. And that is something that happened with this film, with donations. And I know that all of my other colleagues and collaborators, that is our quest, and it is so appreciated to make work. And so thank you so much for supporting my film and supporting the other films at the festival, and having us back. It's really an honor, and it's just really powerful to get to make something that you care about and then see other people respond to it and be moved by it. So thanks.
Oh, well, it is our honor to be able to support your work. We're so thrilled to have a second film of yours, because, and I know Nina can concur, once we find a kind of kindred spirit filmmaker, we like to support that filmmaker any way that we can. So thank you so much. We couldn't do this without your generosity and without the beautiful work that you make.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're welcome. And thank you for watching this Glow. We urge you to check out Rachel Meyer's Born Kind, the Tiny Kindness Project, at our upcoming festival. And if you want to learn more and support Rachel more directly, she has the following two websites: racheldirects.com and tinykindnessproject.com. Please do visit both of those sites, and because once you've seen this film, you are going to want to support Rachel's future work. And again, all of the information about our upcoming film festival can be found at peacefilmfest.org. Our in-person screenings begin September 19th and end the 25th, followed immediately by our virtual screenings beginning September 26th and ending October 2nd. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next Glow.
Thank you.